Alexa Roan here,
And I'm Mark Hilo
and welcome to Healthy Habits,
with Mark and Alexa.
featuring Alexa Roan.
And Mark Hilo.
Yes, we are cross-posting this to our own personal brand page, and this counts toward my 2018 goal, infamously, not famous yet, titled, I Shipped Today. Way more interesting to people than I pooped today, but hey, I don't know what you're into.
I mean, it depends on what you're into.
Totally. And today we're talking about something that a lot of people out there are setting and starting. I've seen everyone doing them.
Hot topic, New Year's Eve, or New Year happening, hot topic.
Hot. Super
Hot.
Sorry, I kind of got you a little moist.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Goals. We're talking about goals.
Yeah, not wet willies.
Goals.
Goal!
Okay, super.
Yeah.
And I'm wearing this snazzy vest that Mark's mom gave me. Don't I look cool?
Yeah, I like that
I kind of
vest.
feel like Oliver. Lisa, may I have some more? I don't know why I feel like an orphan in it, but I'm into it.
Mm-hmm.
Snazzy, got buttons, scares the cats. All right, so goals. Goals are the number one way, maybe the only way, to achieve the things that are, I am way jingly, to achieve the things that are important to you and make the changes in your life that you desperately, or maybe just kind of, want to make. If you don't set a goal, you're never going to do the thing. If you're like, man, I really want to travel to Prague in 2020, and if you never really make a goal and say, okay, what does it take to get there? You're never going to Prague. Sorry, guys.
Can you manifest it?
I hate that. Okay. Let's just say that I have a problem with the concept of manifesting something. I find so many people, they're like, I'm just going to manifest a Mini Cooper. I
manifested a Mini Cooper.
Yeah,
I bought a Mini Cooper.
I'm going to manifest a boyfriend. I'm going to manifest money. No, you're going to find a way. You're going to set a goal and find a way
What's
to
manifest
make
mean?
money.
Can we look it up?
Yeah, okay.
She's sitting on the dictionary.
Which is something I haven't done in a very long time. It's very rare that I actually need to be taller. Look, I'm little. So manifesting. People say, I just want this thing in my life. I'm going to manifest it. And then they go back to doing absolutely nothing to reach that thing that they said they want. So how about you stop manifesting things like, I'm just going to will it to be here, and actually take some steps to make it happen. Isn't that a novel idea?
If you don't have a dictionary, get it together, people. Get a dictionary. Okay, manifest.
Is On Fleek in there?
I doubt it. This is the Webster's New Universal Unabridged Dictionary. It's deluxe second edition.
I bet twerk isn't even in that edition.
Probably not. It's 1972?
Okay.
1979. Yeah, it's from 1979.
I wonder if they've updated the new one with
Yes,
that. All right,
every year.
get to
Okay.
manifest a
Okay,
definition.
manifest. Manifest, evident, clear, plain, lit, struck by hand, plain, open, clear, apparent. An itemized list of a ship's cargo.
Huh.
To be shown to customs official. A waybill of lading. Prove, to be evidence of.
Oh, that's an
To prove
interesting
manifest,
one.
yeah. To enter in a ship's manifest. To show the manifest of cargo. Manifest. To appear to the senses. To show itself.
To show itself.
To reveal, show, exhibit, display, declare, discover.
So people are saying
That's
this
it.
to just make these things appear in their
Here, you
life.
want your seat
then?
back?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So what are the... Yeah, that's like how I manifested a girlfriend by meeting you,
Almost lost
talking
me.
to you, keeping showing up, keeping calling you, flying back and forth across the country, and kept being in your life. And because I met you, I like you.
It's like when you manifested a Mini Cooper by
buying a Mini Cooper.
by looking for one, finding one, and paying for it.
Totally,
Weird.
yeah. I had a conversation with a friend once, and she said, I like Mini Coopers. I want to buy it. Or she said, I'm going to manifest a Mini Cooper. And I said, well, maybe I'll manifest a Mini Cooper too. So I looked on Craigslist and checked the prices. I test drove Mini Coopers. I found a good Mini Cooper, bought a Mini Cooper. She never ended up with a Mini Cooper. She was just like, I'm going to manifest a Mini Cooper.
She is still manifesting so hard. I'm looking at myself. I'm so vain. This will help us actually make eye contact with the camera.
Anyway, so,
watching
yeah, there's the way, I don't know, to make evident. You want to make something evident. You want to make something appear. you make it happen?
Goals.
Goals.
By setting goals. So I use a process called visioneering, where every year I write out where I want to be in 5 years, 2 years, and work backwards from that to find ways that I can actually get there. The first time I did that, I achieved my 5-year plan in like 2 years. So by putting those things on paper, I was able to say, okay, I see where I want to go. Here are those tiny little steps that I can take that will help me make incremental progress towards that goal. And that's how you actually get things done. Not by saying, I really want this to happen. I really want to lose 10 pounds. I really want to be 3 feet taller. I really want to...
Start an adaptogenic superfood company.
I want to work online and be able to travel and be a digital nomad.
I want to build at music festivals.
Yeah, I want skills. I want tangible hard skills that will help me work in a digital economy. All of these things.
Or an analog economy.
Analog mouse, digital mouse. Just like we're city mouse and country mouse. You can guess which is which.
Yeah, you could probably guess.
Yeah. So the way to really make change in your life and the way to get the things that you want out of life is to set goals and then actually do things to get there.
Right. I suppose one thing that's really important that we probably ought to mention is that it's not enough to just set the goals. You actually need to take actionable steps toward the attainment of said goals. The other thing is I could set a goal of flying only using my arms by tonight. And this is not this is not a realistic or achievable goal.
I mean, maybe if you take like some mugwort before going to bed, you might fly in your dreams.
Flying dreams. That's a totally different thing. But so yeah, it's really important to set like micro goals. And if you're not used to setting goals and making things happen, sometimes it's good to look at what your big goal is and then look at what the steps to get there are.
Macro goal, and then the micro goals that make up the path to get there.
The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step.
Yes, so don't be a wantrepreneur. You could be the person who does...
I love that term.
Right?
I never heard that.
You're welcome.
Wantrepreneur.
So the people who dream and they read every study and they take every course and they've got this stack of books and they know every theory about the thing and they're like, they sound really successful. But they don't do a dang thing to actually get there. They don't ever produce anything. They don't take the steps that it takes to really get there. Be someone who executes. That's why my goal this year was to ship something every day. A piece of content, something that grows my brand. It's a big goal. But I know that I can do it because I already have proven to myself that I can do it by 2 months of yoga. Every morning I wake up, he wakes up, we get up, we do yoga. That was not easy. At the first time, every time I would go down and push up, we were like, flop. Because...
It's just to let it's like a lower down and then kind of push against the floor when nothing's happening.
You could probably hear my belly hit the ground every day. I had no upper body strength. After 2 months, I'm starting to be able to do forearm stands for almost...
#yoga body.
Almost 3 seconds, unless you look at it on my Instagram where I can hold them forever because it's a picture.
She holds still in the still.
#inspirational yoga.
But with the analogy of yoga, I've found, and I taught yoga for many years, and I'm way into it, and it really helps. But I find the hard part is getting to the mat and doing one sun salutation, or doing one push-up, or one pull-up, or one sit-up, or whatever it is that you're doing. But for me, like this morning, we slept in. We were at a late night. Slept in this morning. I was like, I'm not feeling it. So I just went out. All right, I'm just going to start. And I just did 5 pull-ups. And I was like, oh, well, now that I'm doing this, then boom, the next thing I know, an hour and a half later, I'm like, oh man, I got other stuff I got to do today besides yoga.
Yeah, I had this same thing. I was not feeling it this morning, but I started my sun salutations, and by maybe the second round, the second 2 or 3 in, I was feeling it. I could start to feel this stretch. Ooh, ghosts. I started to feel nice. My body started to warm up, and I was like, yeah, I am into this. It's like just the tip for yoga.
Totally. It's great. Yeah, we that's another game. Totally different video.
So one thing that really helps with willpower, so if you're like, yeah, okay, I'm ready to set some goals. I want to do this thing. Your body, your brain, your humanity, you as the human person out there in the little whatever I'm looking at right now, you have a limited amount of willpower every day. This is why successful people often wear a uniform or the same thing every day, because it reduces the decisions. So when you think about, okay,
Black t-shirts.
when you think about making a change in your life, especially if it's something like fitness or waking up, well, not even waking up, but fitness, doing writing every day, producing a piece of content, if you put it at the beginning of your day, you are 600 million% more likely to do it. That's science.
That is science.
That's a statistic.
600 million%. Take it to the bank.
Because you have willpower. If I waited to the end of the day when I was already tired, already completely out of it, already like, screw this, give me a beer, I would never do yoga. But because I do it in the morning, lo and behold, it happens. And that's really the way to get it done. So if you've set a goal to make a video every week or to ship something every day or to write a blog ever, do it in the morning when you actually have the willpower to get it done.
Unless you're great at calendaring and sticking to your schedule, but it's really easy for things to push stuff out of the way. If you calendar that thing first thing in the morning, make yourself get up, make yourself do that, and not let yourself do anything else until you've done that thing.
Yeah, if you're great at calendaring, you probably don't need this video.
Although, calendar, actually, just on the calendar subject, I notice if I put things on my to-do list...
Mark Hylove approved. Tangent.
Yes. Hi. Tangents, brought to you by Mark Hylove. Squirrel! So, I find in goal setting that actually putting something on my calendar turns a to-do list into a to-done list.
Yes, and I like to have one main thing a day. I use a plugin on Chrome called Momentum that gives you a pretty picture, an inspirational quote, and one spot for your main goal of the day. That's usually a lot easier to have that one thing that you want to accomplish. And as you do that every day, you start to build up these, dopamine and serotonin releases because you're like, yes, check that bitch off, and it feels great. You actually
Check that bitch off.
Check it.
Yeah.
So it's a great way to get momentum. And a little habit, like maybe you really want to do something a little more of a stretch for you. Doing something small like starting a yoga practice that's easier because it's your body, not your brain, can give you the momentum to get there to be able to do it. So front load your day. If you're not a morning person, well, consider changing that. But front load your day as much as you can.
You get up at 2 in the afternoon, that's your morning. Do this at 2 in the afternoon in the morning, like first thing. It doesn't have to be. If you go to bed at sunrise, or if you go to bed at sunrise every day and you wake up at sunset every day, then when you wake up at sunset, that's what we're talking about as morning.
Your morning.
You nocturnal beast of ravedom.
Yes, we like you. If you have a question, this is a great book, What Successful People Do Before Breakfast. This has really helped me conceptualize how to front load my day and how to have a good mindset about how to get the best out of your hours. So, early morning willpower. This is by Laura Vanderkam, BT Dub.
Is there one called What Betches Do Before Brunch?
No, but we're writing that. Copyright us. Don't steal that idea unless you want to ghostwrite it for us.
Yeah, it'd be great if you would write it, put our name on it. We'll just stamp with a unicorn.
All right, so you have a goal. You know you need to do it in the morning. And then you need to find ways to hold yourself accountable. Promising yourself is a great way to do it. You also need to show up daily. Take little steps every day or every time that you can. The more you put things off, the harder it is to do them. And why do we not call them resolutions? Why do we call them goals? Mr. Hylove, do you know? This might be one of my rants.
I have all sorts of thoughts on the subject. However, ladies and gentlemen, I present our resident expert, Alexa Roan.
All right, so I think resolutions are complete baloney because resolutions break. And once you break your resolution, you're like, well, gosh, my resolution to not eat cake, I just broke it. Now I'm going to eat
Might as well eat all.
Minor technical difficulties, card full. You might notice that is a theme of Healthy Habits with Mark and Alexa. Batteries die, cards fill.
Because we are always on our way to fill those goals, and we still achieve those goals.
Sure.
Yeah. So, for example, if we decided we want to go to New York, there's a long and windy road to New York, and no as long as we're still heading to New York from, say, San Francisco, we don't, if we had a goal to go from San Francisco to New York, we would need to go to San Francisco on our way to New York, which is San Francisco's west of here, even though New York is east of here, but we could be going back that way to get the other way. And then if we kind of stop by the Grand Canyon on our way to New York, we'd still be on our way to New York, and we could meander and take some side trips and tangents.
Thank you for that analogy. That was a very helpful example for some.
Yes. And even if we stopped, and stopped for lunch, stopped for gas, we're still on our way to New York.
Even if your car breaks down on the way, maybe you miss a day of travel.
You could
get a layover, snow, you're still on your way. So, yeah.
Yeah, and as long as you eventually keep moving towards New York, this is not our goal. Although, I like New York. I love New York.
It's quite the example.
New York. It's a hell of a town. Anyways.
Yes. All right. Accountability. Keeping towards it. So, what are some methods that can keep you moving towards your goal?
Well, one of my methods is you.
Yes, he does yoga every day because I do yoga every day and I get up before him. And he would probably be very embarrassed if I didn't. I think I do it more than him, and I definitely do it more hungover than him.
Yeah, sometimes I'd skip it and she does it.
I don't know. Have any of you ever been to a Jewish wedding? Good luck doing yoga the day after that. I was able to stretch. Kind of.
I
did not.
I
think we did like a...
Yeah, man, I was a little...
Yeah.
Yeah, we that wedding. Well, it wasn't necessarily just that the drinking at the wedding. It was also the drinking at the bar with all of my awesome cousins. Well, at least all of my awesome cousins on the Balderman side of the family. I love you, Renko family cousins, also awesome. Anyways, tangents.
This tangent brought to you by the Balderman family. Yes. Oh, right. Find a buddy. So we have a short list here. That is one of the best ways to hold yourself accountable and keep going towards that goal. Because if you don't tell anyone, if you don't have anyone on your side, it's really easy to just stop and nobody notices. That's one of the reasons that online learning has such a high attrition rate. Because who's there to be like, hey, I noticed you didn't do your work today. Nobody's there, so it's really easy just to be like, and not do it. If you tell a friend, that helps a lot. His sister has this app that when she goes running, it tells her friend. When her friend goes running, it tells her. So she knows that her friend is like big brother to help her make sure she's doing it.
Yeah, and Amy she crushes half marathons like on the regular. Yeah.
And she still needs that motivation. So what is it that motivates you? Maybe you're like a friend who's willing to be an asshole to you and be like, hey, where were you?
So this is why with High Love Vitality, we have meetings on the phone all the time and call each other and be like, hey, did you send the thing? Oh, man, I did. I'm doing it right now. And then I send the thing.
Yes. And, of course, make it public. That is the best way to hold yourself accountable. My goal, the 2018 I Ship Today goal, the main part of that is I have to do it in public because I have a problem. My name is Alexa Roan, and I have a problem. I do not like to share openly. I have some issues with my self-worth, my self-intuitiveness. I don't know. I don't always find... I have a hard time putting my words out there and putting my name on them. For a long time, I wanted to be the wizard man behind the curtain, just ghostwriting or creating content for other people and not having to stamp it as my own. That's changing this year. Because when I don't have to stamp it as my own, it's a lot easier for me to just not do it. And now that I've been putting it out every day and saying, here, I made this. People are saying, wow, I saw a friend of mine post about your project and I read what you wrote about it. That is awesome. It meant a lot to me. And I'm like, wow, all these people are watching. I have to keep doing this. And that kind of peer pressure will keep you going and keep you towards that goal way better than just being like writing on your wall and like put a post in and be like, you're gonna do the thing. When you actually have other people like watching, oh, you're gonna do the thing.
Oh, for sure. Yes, this is I generally blame most of my successes on my daughter because starting at like 19 years old, I just went, oh man, I better figure this stuff out. Because I know I've made many, many decisions in my life where I'm like, well, I better be the kind of guy that I would want to see my daughter model the kind of guy that she thinks how guys are to be. That's kind of funny wording, but so I'm going to do the right thing because I would want my daughter to have the idea that that's how people are in the world, and then made me do so many things like
setting the example. I don't have children. My cats don't care whether I show up every day.
They don't care. They actually would love it if you just let in bed with them all day long.
That's not cool. So I have a great group of friends that I've developed. Awesome girl, Margot Aaron. She writes a blog called That Seems Important. You should check that out if you're interested in like being an entrepreneur and growing a brand. She's awesome. She's basically said that the difference between really being successful is the people you surround yourself with. If you surround yourself with people who are negative, and when you tell them your goals, they're like, how are you going to do that? Are you sure? What are you talking about? You want to go get drunk? But if you surround yourself with people who are like, heck yeah, I'm doing this thing. It's possible.
Those are way better people to get drunk with.
Exactly. I guess. I think, yeah, curve. Find people who are as excited about the things you're excited about and growth and being better people.
Totally.
And those people around you will say, instead of being like, that's not possible, I'm not doing, they'll say, awesome, how are you going to get there?
Totally.
Can I help? And when
this is why I'm a huge community guy. And you know me, you see me, I'm like, community is everything. All my projects that I'm doing are like, this project is with that friend, and this project is with this other friend, and I'm always doing stuff with all these great groups of folks all around the world, and because it's that community. I find these other people that are doing super awesome things, and I'm like, hey, Jade, hey,
shout out,
yeah,
hey. And if you don't have that built in, I've always moved. You can find it by making your work public, because you might be like, I am the weirdest person in the world. I don't know anyone that thinks the same way that I do. When you start to go public, when you start to do your things, work towards your goals, share it, these people will find you. I didn't mean to make that so creepy, but they'll find you.
Yeah, we'll find you.
Yeah, they'll find you, and you'll find your own tribe of people. And those are the people that will support you and help you reach your goals, because they know what it's like to be into that stuff. They're out there working, so find your tribe of people who are the same weird little alien babies as you, and lo and behold, you'll start making progress.
And it's great. I mean, I know there are times when I'm feeling down and out or frustrated or confused or not sure where to go, and I have to call somebody who's just like a super kick-ass person, friend of mine, like Marcy, for example, or
Soria.
Nova, or Soria, or
Crushing It
Humans all over the place. My mother.
Yeah, she's a boss.
Yeah,
Thanks,
like, Mom. I'm at this place. I'm going through this thing. I'm feeling stuck. I'm whatever, and all of these other entrepreneurs and big people that are doing awesome things with their lives have this perspective where they can go, oh yeah, man, I know that feeling.
Yes. So that is going to be the key to your success reaching your goals. Breaking them down into small incremental changes. Looking at the big picture and then seeing what little steps you can take every day to get there. And, of course, very importantly, sharing it in public so that you can find people who support you, so that you have the peer pressure to keep you going, and so that you have a network of people. Some of your friends might be into this and none of you are talking about it, and you're just, all of a sudden you find out and you're like, buddy, I get it. Use your community to help support you and lift you up to achieve the things that you want to do. Like, that is a healthy habit right there. Setting goals, achieving them by just saying, I'm the person I am. It's a manifesto. Let's have a mantra. I am the kind of person who can and does and will. So what can you do today to start making the changes to have the tomorrow that you really, really, really want? Ta-da!
Ta-da. I had all kinds of stuff I wanted to share, and that was so good. It's hard to mention anything about that. I was going to throw out a little thing about community, though, if we have a moment.
This is our final closing statement from Mark.
Well, it's just that by making it public and finding that tribe and finding those people, it's amazing how that can help us down the line to achieve our goals when we have people around us that are achieving goals and when we put what we're doing out there. When I started High Love Vitality, I called up some friends of mine, Don Miguel from Guayaki Yerba Mate. I called Sean Rulak from Nativa Natural Foods. I called Sunny Justice from Burt's Bees. I called Shock or Earth Song from Kavita, and I talked to all these people. And I was like, I'm thinking I want to start this natural foods product, company, and da 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 da. Da, what do you think? And talked to these groups of friends who had seen doing it for so long, and it was great because they said, well, Mark, it's a lot of work, and I would say don't do it. It's crazy, but if you're gonna do it. And here's how to do it. And here's some steps, and here's some inspiration. And these friends of mine that I just had around me because they inspire me, and I kept in touch and have these goal buddies, then all of a sudden I go and look and go, these people are achieving big things. They're people just like me. I can achieve big things, and then set these little incremental goals and find measurable, achievable, incremental, micro goals in order to achieve my macro goal. And of course, Highlight Vitality is still a small business, and we're still working hard to achieve each of these little goals, but it is all of these goals that we're talking about here today that are part of what's allowing us to do this thing. And the biggest, most important thing on my finishing statement on this is the best way to achieve any goal is to start.
True that. This tangent brought to you by Healthy Habits with Mark and Alexa. And if you're out there thinking like, all right, yeah, I'm really ready to start a thing. I want to learn skills for a digital economy. This is my shameless plug, by the way. Head over to my page at Alexa Roan. I am going through
AlexaRoan.com.
Yeah, either of those. Most of my things are, you're already on Facebook if you're watching this or wherever, but AlexaRoan.com, at Alexa Roan. Come by, talk to me, let me know how I can help you achieve the goals you want to do. You want to learn some skills for a digital economy so you can go live in Prague? I'm here to help. Let me know what you need.
I would like to see, I'm going to call on you right now, viewer, enter a comment down below underneath this video and write down right now at least one goal.
We'll help hold you accountable. Let us know. Yeah. We'll make a list. We'll check it twice, and we'll check in with you every month and say, hey, buddy, how's it going? So let us be your accountability buddies. We're here for you.
And we're out there. I mean, the other people watching this are also oftentimes friends of yours, friends of ours, and see this and hold each other accountable. So
we're all that community.
So yeah, step right up, folks. Let's
do this. Let's set goals. Let's make 2018 the year that doesn't suck and isn't ruled by a crazy orange Cheeto. Might still be, but let's make this the year that you love, and the year that you make things happen that you care about, and the year that you achieve the big shit that you've been trying to achieve and maybe just haven't made it yet. So thanks for tuning in. This is Healthy Habits with
Mark Highlove
and Alexa Roan. We will see you next time, and please leave us a comment. Let us know your goal for the year. We want to help.